Hello, I'm Mika Torres from Kitsune News, and today we're here with BABYBAY from G2. Thank you so much for your time. We're just
Thank
a few days away from the beginning of stage 1. A lot has happened in the past month with Master Santiago and everything, but this is a new start, and there's a still long way to go. So how are you feeling heading into this stage?
Heading into this stage after Santiago, I'm feeling pretty good. Got some time to relax, move a little bit closer to the team, so I don't have to drive 2 hours in traffic anymore. That'll be nice to have those hours back in my life every day. Yeah, and practice has been really good so far. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and it's gonna be exciting.
After your match against PRX at Master Santiago, you mentioned that while you expect more from yourself, finishing top 4 was still a solid result and a valuable experience. Looking back at that tournament now, how have you used that experience to reset and prepare for stage 1?
Yeah, I think I learned a lot in Santiago, mainly about like what the international stage feels like. I think like it's different monitors, different setups, stuff like that. I think I learned like how to deal with that better. So for the next event, granted we make it, I think I'll be a lot better in terms of form. I had to change my resolution completely while I was there, so everything that I was playing on in stage one kind of didn't even transfer over. I had to relearn like all the muscle memory. That was kind of tough, but I don't make excuses at all, Still had some really good performances there. And yeah, I think my first and last game were the hardest and they were against PRX, so go figure. The worst maps I played were against that team. Got to figure something out for them for the next time, but don't have to worry about that anymore. That's the cool part. All I got to worry about is making it to the next event, beating everybody in an A again. So yeah,
And speaking of that experience and growth as a team, what would you say is one of the best things about playing with G2?
I think the best thing about playing with G2 is just like the brotherhood that we have. Like everyone's just so funny and like we always get along so well. We're doing a lot of stuff together. We go to the gym together. We are always eating food together at the event. And yeah, just being around these guys is just like it's just so fun. And then in the game, like when we're locked in, it's just so fun winning. The comebacks that we had, like against T1, that was unbelievable. Like the grit that we showed. So yeah, I think that playing on G2 is just it's just so awesome, man. It's such a sick experience because they're so intelligent in the game and they're just so talented that you just always see someone making some kind of crazy play or like really good teamwork play. And it's fun being a part of that whole process and like adding to it.
Now, talking about what's coming next, your first match will be against MIBR, a team you faced during kickoff in the series that qualified you for Masters. What are your expectations going into this matchup?
Yeah, I think that this matchup against MIBR, which is our first game of stage one, I think it's going to be a lot different than what it was when we qualified for Santiago against them. I think there was a lot more pressure in that Santiago qualification match because for us, I mean, we wanted to qualify to make it, and for them, obviously they wanted to qualify and make it, but also not drop down and play another BO5 the next day. So I think that there was a lot of pressure on them uh, to, to play. Now, I think going into stage one, it's the first game. I don't think there's going to be any pressure. So I think they're going to be in much better form. I know they're a team with a bunch of experience, but still, like that makes a difference in how you play. Things are more intense when there's a lot more on the line, like a chance to make it to an international. So for this, I think they're going to come out firing really, really, really strongly. They want to get that revenge after what we did, dropping them down to the lower. So yeah, I'm expecting a really hard match. Honestly, I don't think it's going to be easy. I don't think any of these matches are going to be easy. I think this is going to be a hard stage one for everyone. So we got to come ready, keep practicing the way that we're practicing, and yeah, we're not going to underestimate any team.
Talking about some upcoming updates in the game, Waylay is an agent you've been playing recently, and today some changes to the agent were announced. What are your thoughts about them, and how do you think they will impact the game?
Yeah, I think Waylay got nerfed pretty bad from that change. Not being able to use a quick cast ability, that changes a lot because I feel like that was the main enticing thing about Waylay was you can dash in, take somebody out of the fight, or like set your team up to kill that person. And now I don't even know if you can. I gotta try it out. I don't even know if you can, consistently get that value anymore. So you might be able to get punished a lot more, or you'll have to throw it in before you dive. And I feel like that just makes the flexibility of the agent worse. So I think, being a Waylay player, um, yeah, I definitely think she got nerfed pretty bad. I still think teams will try to run Waylay. I still think like there's probably it could probably be okay to use, kind of like Yoru is probably still okay to use, but there might be stronger options. And the cool thing about me is I've played more agents already than a lot of players have played in their entire league, entire years being in the league. I'm not like some inflexible player. I picked up Waylay literally like 3 days before showing it on stage. So, kind of the same with ISO as well. I've played a bunch of different characters. I've played Viper, Vise, Killjoy, Waylay, ISO. I've played tons of agents already. My first year being in the league, so I'm not too worried about if the meta changes. What am I gonna play? I'm not too worried about that. Pretty flexible player. I think I can learn very quickly to get at a good enough level to take out a lot of these teams.
And for my last question, from the beginning of the season to now, how will you say you've changed the most, either mentally or in the way you approach the game?
I think from the beginning to the season to now, I think the biggest difference is I know how to practice better for internationals. I think it's just a different level of game at these internationals. The teams are much stronger, and you can't really get away with making mistakes. That's all I'll put it to. Um, because these some teams in North America won't punish you for those mistakes. So now that I know that and I have that experience under the belt, it can help me just be more refined when I go to the next international. God bless that happens, because like I said, it's gonna be hard. No matter what, it'll be hard. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is like I think I have a good idea of what it takes for the next time.
Thank you so much for your time and best of luck in the tournament.
Thank you so much.